The full release of Red Dead Online has brought a ton of new changes, and Rockstar made sure to change almost everything in the game to make sure it is perfect to go, to remove the beta tag and give us the spring DLC update here in Red Dead Online. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys a top-down perspective of Red Dead Online, the full game, and we are going to talk about exactly what changed in the new 1.09 title updates. We're going to check out the patch notes here. Drop a like if you guys enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Check out the link down in the description if you guys want to win some free gold bars here in Red Dead Online. And let's get started. So, starting off, we have new content. We have 5 new Land of Opportunities missions that have been added to Red Dead Online. Bring a god posse, the hanging of Tom Davies, these can fight, banks don't rob themselves, and destroyed by grief. Some you need to be high honor to complete, and some you need to be low honor to complete as well. We also have 3 new free roam mission types that have been added in rotation to Red Dead Online and can be launched from any free roam mission giver: Destroy, Jailbreak, and Stolen Wagon. We also have 2 new free roam mission givers that have been added to Red Dead Online, handing out new missions in new areas of the map: Thomas the Skiff Captain and the Aberdeen Pig Farmers. We also have new variations of existing free roam missions that have been added to Red Dead Online, several types of dynamic events that have been added to the open world of Red Dead Online, which the player will encounter as they travel across the open frontier. 3 new posse versus contests have been added to Red Dead Online, including bird shooting contests, biggest fish contests, and the herb picking contest. A new showdown mode has been added to Red Dead Online, and it's called Overrun. You can play it with 2 to 16 players. Welcome to a good old-fashioned land grab, capture and hold the most territories to win the bout. It's honestly an interesting game mode. If you guys want to see a gameplay here on the channel, let me know down in the comments. Poker has also been added to Red Dead Online and can be joined from various saloons across the open world. Players can now play poker against other players in both public and private matches. All poker tables seat up to 6 players, available in 5 different locations in the cities of Blackwater, Saint Denis, Tumbleweed, Valentine, and Flatneck Station. We've also had over 370 items and variations of clothing that have been added for male and female characters in Red Dead Online and can be purchased from any general store, tailor, or the handheld catalog. Over 70 items and variations of horse equipment have been added in Red Dead Online as well and can be purchased from any stable or the handheld catalog. 1 new weapon has been added to Red Dead Online and can be purchased from any gunsmith or handheld catalog, and that is the LEMAT revolver. I have a video of that here on my channel. Go check it out. Link is down in the description below. We've also had 5 new emotes that have been added to the game, and they can be purchased from the general store, tailor, or the catalog, and those emotes are Flex, Slow Clap, Beg for Mercy, Throat Slit, and Flip Off. We've also had a lot of new balancing improvements added to the game, and I'm going to talk about a few of them in this video, and then we're going to talk about other fixes. And if you guys want to see the full patch notes, I will have the article linked down in the description from Rockstar for you guys to check out. So let's talk about some of the balancing and improvements in Red Dead Online. We have increases in gold payouts across multiple content types, from free roam missions, free roam events, a Land of Opportunities missions, showdown modes, and open world content like treasure chests, daily challenges, and award resets, which is really awesome. People are going to be able to make more money and more gold now in Red Dead Online. There's also a new HDR calibration menu that's been added, and players can now switch between the existing cinematic HDR and the new game HDR styles, and a new option has been added to allow manual adjustment of peak brightness values for different displays. There's also the hostility system to Red Dead Online that builds upon the changes to player radar blips from the previous title update. Depending on player actions, players will now be labeled with 1 of 3 hostilities levels: low, which is a dark blue radar blip, medium, which is pink, and high, which is dark red. And your current hostility level can be seen in the online options section of the player menu. Players with the highest hostility levels will receive the same punishments as the previous update, causing them to appear at longer distances on the radar and map and respawning further away when dying. A player's hostility level will not be affected when killing players through PvP gameplay such as showdown modes or when instructed via free roam events with PvP elements, and players can attack other players with a hostility level without any negative changes towards their own hostility level. A player's hostility level will slowly reduce over time when not performing any hostile actions towards other players. Players also now have the ability to press charges from death after being killed by another player in the Red Dead Online session. If a player decides to press charges in the death screen, the attacker will gain bounty and their hostility level will increase for performing that specific crime, and this increase was the default behavior before this update. If a player does not press charges and they choose not to press charges, the attacker will not gain any bounty or hostility level for performing the crime that they did. And a new playing style option has been added to Red Dead Online options section of the player menu in Red Dead Online. The offensive playing style is the default existing behavior in free roam, allowing standard player versus player combat in all free roam activities with no additional protections. And the defensive playing style gives players the ability to signal that they want to opt out of player versus player based activities and aggressive interactions with other players in the session. And players with a defensive play style selected will be displayed to other players with a faded radar blip and a shield icon above their head. They won't be able to lock on to other players and cannot be locked onto themselves. They do not receive critical hit damage when shot and take less damage in general. They cannot be lassoed, tackled, or executed. These defensive players are unable to interact with some free roam missions occurring in the session, specifically the player versus player based ones, and they will be offered fewer free roam missions with a PvP component from those mission givers. Players with an offensive style, on the other hand, will increase their hostility level significantly when attacking or griefing players with a defending playing style set. Players with a defensive play style will have their hostilities increased if they choose to perform any aggressive behavior towards a player that does not have a high hostility level and be switched out of the defensive playing style. Players with a high hostility level will not be able to enter the defensive playing style and must wait until their hostility level is lowered over time. Daily challenge streaks have also been added to Red Dead Online, and a player must complete at least one daily challenge from each day's selection to prevent the streak from being broken and resetting back to 0 days. After completing each streak set at 7-day intervals, the player will activate the next level of the reward multiplier that applies to all future gold earned through daily challenges that last until the streak is broken. And after completing a 28-day daily challenge completion streak, the player is awarded with a one-time reward of a treasure map. Several new daily challenges have been added into rotation in Red Dead Online, and some existing daily challenges have been updated or removed. Daily challenges related to killing other players in free roam have also been removed. Rockstar also changed the way that lock-on aiming against other players in Red Dead Online is controlled. When locking onto a player's torso and flicking the right stick upwards, the reticle will no longer automatically make adjustments towards the targeted player's head, making headshots slightly more challenging. Increase the speed that players in Red Dead Online are able to switch between different weapons when using the weapon interaction menu. Thrown weapons that required ignition, like dynamite and fire bottles, now light instantly when held in Red Dead Online, speeding up the time before being able to throw them. New awards have also been added into Red Dead Online related to daily challenges, dynamic world events, and other content. Changes have also been made to notifications sent out to rival players in a Red Dead Online session while performing free roam missions. The beta label has officially been removed from the Red Dead Online logo and text, and there are also multiple quality improvements and performance optimizations that have been made to ambient occlusion in order to match the on-disc version of the game, version 1.0, and lighting changes were originally made in the Day 1 patch 1.02 to prevent frame rate issues. There are also numerous updates that have been made to the Red Dead Online character creator, improving menu layouts and adding descriptions and illustrations. Awards in Red Dead Online can now be pinned to make it easier to check current progress on these awards, and once pinned, they will appear in the log section of the player menu. You, as a Red Dead Online player, can now quickly switch between ranks while on the rank unlocks menu screen using the bumper and the shoulder buttons of the controller. And added descriptions to items in the rank unlocks menu in Red Dead Online to inform and allow players to figure out where they can purchase newly unlocked items have been added to the game as well. And the progress section of the pause menu now shows the total completion percentage without needing to open the sub-menu while in story mode. The display of the attacker information on the player's death screen has been sped up in Red Dead Online so that it is visible before respawning. And lastly, a new control scheme named FPS 2 or First Person Shooter 2 has been added to the settings menu, and this scheme moves the sprint button to R1 and RB with the intention of allowing players to run and sprint at the same time as camera. In addition, cover has been moved to X and the A buttons in this layout. Now, there are also a ton of general and miscellaneous story mode fixes. There are also game stability, performance, and networking fixes in Red Dead Online, and the awards and daily challenges, audio and dialogue, crime and bounty, and game menus and user interface, items, clothing, and emotes, horses and vehicles, weapons, content. There are so many other general and miscellaneous fixes in both story mode and Red Dead Online. I highly recommend if you guys want to read up on all of these. It is too much to talk about in this video. We could label and talk about all 450 plus fixes in Red Dead Online in this video, but I don't want to make you guys sit around here for about, 6.5 hours. So this is where I'm going to end the video off. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed today's video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Check out the link down in the description if you guys want to win some free gold bars in Red Dead Online. Also, make sure to follow me on Twitter and Twitch. I live stream on Twitch every single day. All these links are down in the description below. And if you guys want to get active on Discord, I am playing with viewers on Twitch, but you guys need to be active on the Discord server first so we can get into a chat together and play the new Red Dead Online missions, free roam missions, story missions, and check out all the new content together. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video. Adios, amigos.